Now that you've learned your trig values over here, we can think about values that aren't in the first quadrant between 0 and 90 degrees, between 0 and pi over 2. In order to figure this out, we should figure out which quadrant they're in. So there's a little mnemonic device for the unit circle that says, all students take calculus. And that tells you what's positive in each quadrant. So first, second, third, fourth quadrant, all of them are positive in the first. Sine and its reciprocal cosecant are positive in the second. Tangent and its reciprocal cotangent are positive in the third. Cosine and its reciprocal secant are positive in the fourth. So sine of 4 pi over 3, well, 3 pi over 3 would be right about here. So 4 pi over 3 in the unit circle would be past 3 pi over 3. That'd be right about there. Now the trick to these is that this is the same as sine of some reference angle, and the reference angle is whatever this angle makes with the x-axis. So this angle. Well, 3 pi over 3 would be pi, which is right here, so this must be the other pi over 3. They're always the same as their reference angle. The only thing I've got to consider is whether they're positive or negative. In the third quadrant, only tangent and cotangent are positive, so this one must be negative. So my final answer is negative whatever sine of pi over 3 is. Well, we just got sine of pi over 3. Sine of pi over 3 is square root of 3 over 2. So this would be square root of 3 over 2. Negative square root of 3 over 2. Okay, let's do the same for the next two. This picture in the unit circle, well, 6 pi over 6 would be right over there at pi, so 7 pi over 6 would be right over here. And what angle does this make? Well, if this is 6 pi over 6, and this is 7 pi over 6, this angle is just pi over 6, that reference angle. That's one of those ones in the first quadrant. In the third quadrant, is secant positive or negative? Well, it's got to be negative, because only tangent and cotangent are positive in the third quadrant, where this one is. So I'll put a negative there. Now, I have to know that secant theta is 1 over cosine theta. So this is 1 over cosine of pi over 6. And I know what cosine of pi over 6 is. Cosine of pi over 6 is right here, square root of 3 over 2. So this is negative 1 over the square root of 3 over 2. Or if you want to take that and turn it into a nicer fraction, it'd be negative 2 over the square root of 3. Okay, let's do one more. Cotangent of 5 pi over 3. So I should think about where that 5 pi over 3 is. 3 pi over 3 would be over here. 6 pi over 3 would be the same as 2 pi, way over here. So 5 pi over 3 is somewhere over here in the fourth quadrant. The reference angle that it makes with the x-axis is just pi over 3. So I know that this is going to be the same as cotangent of pi over 3. But I have to be a little careful to figure out whether it's positive or negative. Now this c stands for cosine, and its reciprocal secant. Cotangent is only positive in the first and third quadrants, so this should be negative. Now I've got to take its reciprocal, so 1 over tangent of pi over 3. Now tangent of pi over 3 is square root of 3. So this is negative 1 over the square root of 3. And that's how you find these values that aren't in the first quadrant.